Pardon my dust, everyone. Hi. Dustrunners fits, the core game fits in one little tin, like that. And the expansion fits in a second little tin, like that. So that is the entire game in a nutshell. Travels extremely well. And as you can see, fits in a very nice, tidy little space. So you could play this in a pub. You could play this at a like a game store that has a restaurant in it, perhaps. I don't know, maybe your friendly local neighborhood Cafe Mox, perhaps. This is a great little game for those kinds of occasions when you just want a nice mid-weight, nice, delicious little game, but you don't have the energy, the mental scope to play this big sprawling thing, get it all set up, get it on the table, right? Pardon me whilst I hit that link. That is right. That is the correct answer. So you can buy this game on the Game Crafter today. It often shows up, not often, periodically, uncommonly, shows up on Game Crafter crowd sales. Does happen from time to time, especially when he releases new games. Then he'll bundle everything that he's ever published together into the sale and let you buy everything then. This is a kind of Mad Maxian style, Fallout style game. You have just stolen some secret plans from the Wastelanders, mutants and other undesirables. And you are now racing back to your base to try to deliver those plans to everyone there, let everyone know what's coming. And they, of course, are racing to stop you. So you have to make it, you have to survive long enough to make it back to your base. So if you see along the top of the board, this is our journey from where we find our plucky hero, which is currently mid-race. So he's like in the car, racing back to base, and the mutants are hot on his tail. Wastelanders, mutants, and other miscreants. Hot on his tail. And so he's got to make it all the way to this here, this finish line. That's where his base is on the very end. And if he manages to do that without running out of health, running out of fuel, running out of ammo, then he will win. If, on the other hand, he loses all of his health and dies in combat, or he runs out of fuel and then gets caught by the mutants, or by the people chasing him, not just mutants, then he will be captured. And then you will lose that way as well. So there's two ways to lose, one way to win. You can either get killed in combat. Sorry, I forgot to plug in one more thing. You can either get killed in combat or captured, or you can actually make it all the way home. So what's really cool about Dustrunners is that, yes, it's cards, but more than that, yes, its footprint is nice and small, but there's a lot of customization, and there's no dice rolling. There's flipping of cards from decks, and that's your randomization, but there's a lot of customization. And here's what I mean by that. This car that I have right here is made up of 3 separate cards. And this is the box, yeah. So if I open this box up, this is the remainder of our car options. So these are back ends, these are the front ends of cars, and these are the middle sections of the cards. And all of them give you different options, different storage capacity for ammo, different armor in the front that gives you more health. And then the middle section is usually, not usually, is where your fuel is stored, but it's also where you might get a damage modifier. In fact, as I'm sitting here looking at this, I am tempted, really tempted, to take this +2. This middle section of this car design comes with the same amount of fuel as the one that I have. This one, the one that I have right now, has 3 fuel, but comes with 2 damage instead of 1. Now, why would I Why would I not always pick that? Well, at the bottom, you'll see that there are stars on the bottom of every card here. And those are victory points. You start the game with some amount of victory points. And if you manage to make it home without dying, the amount of victory points you have kind of dictates that you have left over, dictates how well you did. You can beat your own score, but really it's just about, can you make it back with the most amount of victory points possible? And then there's some amount of like scale about how well you did, right? But you use the victory points during the game as a form of currency. There's certain things you can do with them or not do with them. So you're kind of like, do I want to spend my victory points, or do I want to push my luck and see if I can make it without having to spend them? But you'll have opportunity to earn more when you defeat people or when you visit settlements along the way. So there's ways to get more. So you're kind of like, well, do I chance it? Do I push hard and make it to that settlement and see how many victory points I can earn from that settlement when I'm there? So when you're designing your car, you're thinking, do I want more ammo but fewer points? Do I want more fuel but fewer points? Do I want a better damage modifier or fewer points? Do I want more or less fuel? Do I want a front end that grants me a certain modification? This particular front end that I'm using comes with a mod, and you can mod out your car as you're driving through the wastelands and you get the settlements or you defeat really big bad boys. Then that they might drop in loot. They might drop a mod that you can then, bolt onto your car and give you extra capability. So I start the game, if I wanted to, which I currently am, saying I'm going to start the game with a front end that just grants me an extra mod. It gives me shields. That's what this little card down here is, a mod that just grants me shields because I'm using that front end, and the shields have a certain thing. I'll talk about that. But I could just as easily have chosen this front end that gives me more health. This one only gives me 8 health. This gives me 10, and it gives me 4 stars, 4 victory points instead of 3. Or another front end I could have chosen, which I may yet choose. I haven't decided. It really depends on if I want to lose or not. This one, 2 stars and 12 health for the front end. So it gives you some customization where you're like, I'm going to try a run where I have fewer things but more victory points to spend. Now, how do you spend them, and why do you care about spending victory points? Well, let's say you are drawing you have to resolve a raid or attack. Like there's something that happens and you're basically kicking open a door, right? It's if this was a dungeon crawler, you'd be knocking down a door to see what's behind it. Same thing. You're progressing through and there's an event that happens and you're wondering who you're going to encounter or what you're going to encounter. And if you draw one of those and you don't like the outcome, if at any point that happens, you can spend victory points to draw again, just to redraw it, mulligan, basically. So if something's going to really tank your run, and you're like, well, it's either I draw again, spend some points, or I'm going to either limp along or full on lose, I'm going to go ahead and use the mulligan and try again. So one other point of customization is up here in the corner is our little victory point tracker card. Right now, this is set up to be the night run. Night run is kind of the mid-tier difficulty because in order to do that mulligan, the night run requires you to spend 3 victory points. The easiest mode has you spend 2. And the hardest mode, I think, is 4, somewhere in there. So you can, yet again, customize the difficulty of the game you want to play based on those kinds of factors. You can do what I'm doing, which is like a kind of a moderate to low amount of ammo, a moderate to low amount of health, and not 4 fuel, but 3 fuel and only 1 damage. And, those are ways that you can be like, I'm kind of playing a medium weight game right now. Medium weight to heavy to kind of hard difficulty. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and, as I've been thinking about this more, go ahead and just reduce down the number of victory points I start with in exchange for doing more base damage. There's always an opportunity to do more damage than just your base damage, but you have to spend ammo to do that. So you basically can just do some damage without having to spend ammo. But that's just 2 points. That might be fine if you can just ram him with your car and defeat him, because he's only got a little bit left, right? And you might just want to just take him out, right? But if you really, really want to make that thing go away, you got to pull out the guns and shoot at him. So that's when you're spending ammo to do that. And all that really lets you do is draw more cards to try to get more damage, essentially land more hits, to try to actually knock that guy down and kill him. So Dustrunner is interesting. You get to modify your deck. You got a lot of different critters you're going to run up against. The expansion, Dustrunners, they added the settlements. Settlements are points of interest along the way, places you can go, do people some favors, make some trades, maybe get more victory points, and so on along the way. Dustrunners also adds more variety, adds between that and some other promo decks. It doubles the amount of cards that you can see during the run, which is really great because you can't just get bored with the same standard deck of cards and just always know what you're about to see. So there's additional replayability and variety here, which without breaking the balance of the game, by the way, because Jason Glover, who's designed this game, as well as Iron Helm and others that I absolutely love, he does an amazing job in playtesting his balance. And in every expansion I've seen for any one of his games, always gets the balance exactly right. I've never seen an unbalanced expansion from him, not once. So more variety there. More variety because you have more modifications that you can possibly run across out in the wastelands. More variety in the monsters you pick, and then more importantly, the new mechanic that just came out this year in 2025 for the expansion includes radiation. So now certain monsters and certain places you're going to visit along the way, or could visit along the way, may expose you to radiation. And then you will have kind of a radiation effect that doesn't hit you right away. It's not something that like stays with you like an affliction might. No, this is an event that might occur to you in the future. Occur in the future, and if it does, you will then have to resolve it. But the good point is, if that ever does happen, when you do resolve it, it then goes away. It only sticks around until it gets resolved. And if you get lucky and you roll well, it may never happen to you. An example that you might see in other playthroughs on YouTube are people that like got nausea as a radiation effect, and they might know that might happen at some point, and then they roll. And it eventually happens to them and they resolve and it goes away. On the other hand, they roll 2, 3, 4 times and that nausea never really hits. You're able to kind of stave it off. So really there is a little bit of luck, but the luck is in inconsequential ways. Like it might tank your run, but if you tanked your run, it's probably because you were so close to death anyway. So it's possible that you might just get really, really bad luck and that happens right at that wrong moment, but okay. So it's not like there's this big baddie that shows up and you're screwed and you can't do anything, except there is one of those in the deck. And they do a bunch of damage and you can't avoid it, but there's only one. And there is a possibility because of the way the system works that even though he's in the deck, you may never see him. So let's just get into it and we'll kind of take it from there. But before I do, I want to take you around a little closer on the board, give you a view of some of this art before I start really playing, right? So this is the start of the track, right? So the game comes with these like really cool minis, and let me do that. So this comes with these come with these really cool minis. They're in the box, standard with the game. There's 4 of them when you buy Dustrunner and Dustrunners, the expansion. There's 2, I believe, in the base game. I thought it was really cool of him to include minis. I think they did a really nice job with those. They add a lot to the game. Here are 2 others as well. There's these guys. They look like that. I'll turn them sideways. Little, almost like DeLorean looking one. Really cool. Really, really cool. Really enjoy those. So I decided to make the Raiders this one that has like spikes on the front of his car and little spikes running on the back. So those are the Raiders that are chasing after me. And this one with this massive gun on top of these big engines along the back, that's my fancy car. I decided that would be pretty cool. So there's that. I just wanted to show that to you. So then we're going to be kind of racing along this track. And oh, what's this? Oh, this is I should mention this map that you're seeing here, as you can imagine, is shuffled. The front and the start and the end of the map is always the same, but the 3 cards in the middle are shuffled and they are double-sided. The side that is kind of that light blue cyan color, that is your standard difficulty side, and the purple side is the hard mode side. You could choose not to have any of them be the hard mode side, but just for flavor and spice and for the stream, I decided to throw one in, especially right there towards the end, just to make things super fun. Hey, Blood Boiler, thanks for dropping by and saying hi. We're going to see if we can make it through the Wastelands today in Dustrunner. So we're just taking a gander around the board a little bit. We're talking about the randomized setup, and here is my kind of the amount of victory points that I start with. Now, I did decide to upgrade my ship, or my car, and when I did that, I lost some victory points. So now I only start the game with 6 victory points instead of 9, so we'll adjust that. And I'm playing the night run, which lets me do mulligan redraws, but it cost me 3 victory points instead of 2. So that may come back to bite me. We'll see. Yeah. Oh, hey, right on. Nice. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for the quasi lurk. Let's see. So then, yeah, so that deck next to it is the settlements that we're going to possibly encounter along the way. The resolution deck will show how that works as we play. Of course, a close-up on the car that I've designed. Right? Oh, and I'll give you the shields as well. We can talk about that. So this is the mod. The shield comes with my front end, the front end of my car that I chose, and it says subtract 1 damage from all Raider attacks. If a Raider ever draws a resolution card with an attack value of 3, your shields are destroyed. There are a few of those in the deck. Hopefully, the shields will hold out long enough and we'll get good benefit out of them. But the good news is, for every attack a Raider hits on a 1 or a 2 damage, I will subtract 1 damage from that. So between that and the 8 health that I have and the ammo, although I only have 9 shots, not a bunch more, but that's fine. It's good. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Famous last words. We should be able to survive long enough. Oh, and I do have a base damage of +2, which is the best I think you can do starting out. So just running people down with my car, I'm going to do 2 points of damage. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. So I feel like it's a pretty good balance of risk versus reward. We'll see how far I make it. So, like I tend to do, I have never played Dustrunners before. I have watched the videos. I've skimmed the rules. These are the rules for these are the rules cards. That's not the right button. That's not the right button at all. These right here are the rules cards for both the base game and the expansion. Double-sided. Very cool. So if we look at scoring, if we end up with 0 to 7 victory points at the end, then we are considered bogus. If we end up with 8 to 15, we're simply lame. 16 to 23, we're gnarly, man. We're gnarly. 24 to 31, bodacious. Yeah. And then 32 plus is radical. I do not think we're going to make it out of bogus. Just to be clear. If I manage to live at all. The way that Jason describes this is that there's roughly a 25% chance you're going to win a given run. Okay. I don't think I'm going to even survive this run because it's my first game and I'm realistic and I'm adding some extra difficulty for the spiciness since we're streaming, you know. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm coming in it with modest expectations. I'm cautiously optimistic, probably bordering on naive, but that's all right. That's all right. Let's take it from the top, shall we? Make sure that we gameplay, right? We're not missing a trick, right? Dustrunners. There we go. Right. Gameplay. Turn sequence. There we are. Okay. So we are 2 steps ahead of death and dismemberment right now. We are zoomed out. You are able to see everything. Okay, cool. Gameplay says draw 2 cards from the exploration deck, keeping them face up. Or face down, rather. Face down. So we'll draw 2 from the exploration deck. We have 2 face down. Good. Reveal one of them by flipping it face up and read it. Now, this is always like trying to divine which one of these is going to suck less. So for the sake of for funsies, we'll just pick the right one. We'll see what happens. Oh. We encountered a biolab. Spend 1 fuel to move 1 space or remove all radiation. Well, I'm brand new, shiny, and new and healthy right now. I have no radiation. And if I did stop to use the biolab to remove the radiation, then I would be, of course, slowing down and the raiders would be advancing on my position. So they would move forward while I would stand still. However, I'd be able to dump all my rads. Not bad. But as it is, I am going to take the biolab up and spend 1 fuel. So I've done that. I've gone down. I started the game with 3. I'm now at 2. Spend 1 fuel and move 1 space. So now I will advance my little car along the map 1 spot. Fork in the road. We're going to have a decision to make here soon. Okay. Now, here's what's interesting. We have these 2 cards we dealt, right? And I decided to resolve the first one that I saw rather than pressing my luck and seeing what was under door number 2 here. As a result, I don't get the chance to see what's under this card. That just stays face down and it gets discarded. Off it goes. And now we go again. Here we go. We're going to draw 2 cards. Yes. Stu's good, by the way. Yeah, Jason Glover games are delightful. I strongly recommend them as solo adventures. Okay. So we went right the last time. Should we go left this time? I think so. Let's go left. Let's see what happens. Oh. I got a roadblock. Oh, no. Roadblock says gain 1 random mod. Ooh, but advance the raiders 1 space. So I decided to pull off to the side of the road and bolt this thing on my car. So I slowed down a little bit, but I got a mod. Oh, speaking of mods, I screwed up and missed 1 piece of setup. It's very important. We're going to take this mod deck right here. We're going to give this a quick shuffle. We already shuffled it a bunch, but we'll do it again. And so the first, we start the game with 2 mods. Now, my car gave me a 3rd, but we start the game with 2. And I decided to wait to do this on stream, and of course I didn't. So here we are. We'll do it right now before we figure out what our new mod is. But the first one is random. So we'll just draw that off the top of the deck. And we got radar. If your enemy gets initiative in combat, you may draw again for a new initiative, but must take the new result. That's nice. So I get a little bit of player agency on whether or not I go first or not. At least hopefully. I'll push my luck a little, but that's cool. Now this next one that we get, again, we start with 2, and the shields came with the car, so that doesn't count. We start with 2. The first one, like I said, is random. The second one lets me just dive through the deck and decide what I want. So this one is a roll cage. Gain 2 health when you equip this card and add 2 to your health capacity. Oh, okay. That would not necessarily suck, actually. So we'll shortlist that. That is a Nitro Boost. You may discard this card to move 2 spaces but you lose 2 health. Oh dear. Let's not do that. Well, maybe we'll do that. I mean, being able to move 2 spaces is pretty great. Stable trek. Move, when in the crags, crags is a location that we can visit. When in the crags, you may move 2 spaces instead of 1. So this is good on one hand because there's pretty good odds we'll see the crags a couple times maybe, or the crags, as we're diving through the deck. But in case we don't, or we see an inordinate amount of other things, this would be a lot less useful. Just kind of basically sitting there most of the time. So, okay. A cloaking device. You may discard this card to avoid a single combat. So it's a one-shot cloak. Okay. Fuel tank. Ooh. Gain 1 fuel when you equip this card and add 1 to my fuel capacity. So not only would I have +2 damage, but I'd have 4 fuel. Ooh. Ooh, I think I like that. I think I like that a lot. Let's take the fuel tank. In fact, we'll take the fuel tank. We'll move the radar over here just for the sake of ease. We'll put the fuel tank below the actual fuel. So because we started the game with 4, when I spent 1, I went from 4 to 3. So I gained 1 fuel out of the deal. All right. I have no idea what else is in here, and I don't care. We'll shuffle these up again, and we'll see what we get when we get our brand new mod from this roadblock location. So we stopped at a roadblock, we looted a car, we found a mod, and we said, let's get this sucker bolted on. Okay, so we've shuffled up our mods, and the top card is the roll cage. That doesn't suck. Okay, that doesn't suck at all. Okay, gain 2 health and add 2 to my health capacity. So we'll put the radar. It doesn't really matter where they sit. I'm just sticking them. They don't actually relate to the car locations. I'm just putting them where they're easy to remember. So I'm at max health now. I started the game with 9 because of the back end of the car that I chose. So now I will just put this. I'll put this here instead, and now I'll just count down my health from starting at the roll cage. So this is like space 11 basically. Yeah. Okay, so now we've got 11 health. No, sorry, 11 ammo. Ooh, this is health, not ammo. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. So no, I take that back. We still have 9 ammo, but instead it's over here, and that is 10 health. 10 health instead of 8 that I start with. So not only did I start the game with shields, but I started the game with roll cage, or I just got the roll cage. Cool. Cool. Okay, we're doing all right in terms of gear. That's not a bad place to start. All right, so now we have 10 health, healthy shields, extra fuel, radar. So the only thing we're really low-ish on is ammo, but we'll see how this goes. All right, let's move on. Those raiders are getting a little too close. Let's get to stepping, as they say. Draw 2. We went left the last time. We'll go right this time. Why not? Uh-oh, our first combat. This is a raider. So let's take a closer look at this raider for a minute. Okay, so this raider, because this is the first card that we flipped over, he only has a base health of 1. If this had been the second card we had flipped over, then he would have been stronger. He would have started with 3 health. But as it is, because this was our first card, we're dealing with one that starts with a base health of 1. And I said a base health of 1. Because as soon as I flip over that resolution deck card, there will be a die symbol on it, and that will be added to his base health. So it could be a high number, or it could be super low, but either way, it's only a +1 to whatever that number is, not a +3. Now, down here are a couple symbols. I will talk about the moon symbol in a minute, but the thing to understand is that if we defeat this raider, there's a good chance that it will drop first aid. That is good for us and bad for us, because right now we are at max health. So I don't really care so much if we defeat that raider. On the other hand, if we press our luck and we flip this card instead, Whatever's under here will have to resolve at its highest level if it's combat. So this could be way worse. This guy is pretty squishy. And every time we defeat someone, we do get 2 victory points. And 2 victory points can be spent for future mulligans. So, do we go after this squishy raider, spend ammo, maybe? Precious ammo. Just so we can get health that we don't need? The resolution deck has additional loot on it. That loot might be ammo. It might be something else that we also don't need. I don't know. It's a mystery till we decide what we're going to do. So I guess the question is, how do we feel? Do we play conservatively because it's so early in the game and just press our luck and flip that card, see what it is? Could be another location. Could not even be another bad guy. Could be other loot that we could get instead. Ooh, spicy. That's a vote for fight. Very good. Let's fight then. For the plot, as the kids say. So, base score of 1 point. We are going to, and I will move up here and see about expanding that slightly so we can kind of get it all in frame. Cool. I'll keep going a little bit here. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. In fact, I think I'll go ahead and save that for future use. Okay, so we've got a squishy little raider with a +1. So let's flip over our top resolution card. And we get a +3 health points. So he's got 4 hit points total. Now, if we look below this, the die symbol in the upper corner, this now talks about who gets to go first in combat. This like spaceship looking dude with a helmet on, that's us. That means I get to go first. And that's good. Over here, if he had gone first, if the raider had gone first, and that had been the card we drew, he would have dealt 2 points of damage if he attacked me. Now, look at, you see now it's a good time to talk about the moons. See the moon symbol here is a crescent moon, and the moon symbol on our opponent is also a crescent moon. When they match, we would get both the loot. We would both get this ammo can and this health. Now, that only matters when we fight the weaker version of this opponent. If we had encountered them as the second card flip, then we would be guaranteed to get both upon completion, upon victory. And the moons just don't matter anymore. The moons only come into play when we are attacking the weaker version of an opponent. So it could be that when we flip over the card at the end, that that's right, it only matters about the last card we draw. It's not this one. This one doesn't tell us exactly what's going on, but I'm giving you an example. The last card we flip at the end will be the kind of result. What loot do we find kind of card? And if those match, then we will get both loots. I should have clarified. On the other hand, there is a possibility that that card contains a full moon instead of a crescent moon, at which point they don't match, and we only get the loot on we only get the loot on this card, on the resolution deck card. We don't get the bonus loot from him if, in fact, they don't match at the end. We'll resolve that as we go. But I just kind of wanted to, since this is the first time looking at one of these cards, I wanted to take a minute to kind of start to walk through it. This one is about raider movement. We won't resolve that right now. We'll deal with that later because we're in the middle of combat. So, but that's what that section of the card does. Okay, so since I go first and he's not swinging at me, I have to decide what I want to do. I do a base damage of 2, so I can't kill him in one shot. If I want to have a chance at killing him, I'm going to have to spend at least 1 ammo. And all that does is let me draw one card. If I spend one ammo, I get to draw one card. And the dice that are on that get added to my base damage. It could be that sorry, not the dice, the little skulls. The little skulls in the corner get added to my base damage. It could be that that box is empty. It could be that there's 3 or 2 or 1. 3s are rare, but they're there. There's a few of them. So if I spend 2 ammo, I'm pretty decently sure we will amass 4 hits in one shot, and then the guy is dead in one encounter. I, on the other hand, have a shield that will soak 1 damage. So, and a roll cage for a little extra health. But it is early. I don't want to be super hubrisy right now. How do we feel? Do we want to spend 1 ammo or 2 ammo? We'll take, if we could take a shot and see if we get enough to kill him in one thing, and then we conserve a little ammo for a squishy, because we're fighting somebody squishy. Later, somebody might be big and beefy. We might need that ammo pretty hard then. So my thinking is we just spend the 1 and try and hope that we get enough damage. What do we think? 1 ammo or 2 ammos? Conserve ammo. I like it. Okay. All right. So we're going to spend 1 ammo. We're going to come down to 8 on our car, which you can't really see, but I'm just telling you because I want to stay here on the combat view. But I've gone down to 8 ammo. From 9. So we're down there. So I'm going to draw 1 card, and we're going to add +2 to whatever damage is on that card. And we got lucky. We got 2 skulls. So we have amassed. We have +2 damage and then +2 on the card. I believe that takes care of it. So let's make sure. D, the skull icons determine how much damage is dealt. You draw cards equal to the ammo spent and add up the skulls to see how much damage you deal. Yeah. Let me make sure that vehicle cards, I just want to make sure that I'm not wrong, that we also get, that says +2 damage on it, so that must be what it means. Nearly certain combat. Yeah, yep, right, did that. Reveal a card. Yeah, okay, good. Done that. Right. Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. On a raider's attack, do this, do that, adjust your health. Okay. On your turn to attack, you must decide how much ammo you want to spend. For each ammo spent, you will be allowed to reveal 1 card. You may spend up to 4 ammo. That's good to know. You will deal damage to your enemy's health equal to the sum of all skulls shown. In addition, you will add your vehicle's damage bonus. There it is. Okay. Great. He dead. Oh, he's so dead. That's good. All right. And then, now, the moon icon is only used when determining bonus loot if the moon icons match the moon icon on the enemy card. Cool. All right. He dead. Oh, he's so dead. Now, 14, we want to go to 15. There we go. Yeah. Okay, to determine your loot, 2 additional things happen when an enemy is defeated. Draw a resolution card to determine the loot you have gained. So now he is dead. We have determined he is dead. He has no more health. And, ooh, I think we got a good one. All right, good. So we have flipped over a resolution card. This is the outcome card, right? To determine, let's see, draw a resolution card to determine the loot you have gained, and also see if the raider mini gets to advance. Oh, he doesn't. Cool. See, look, this is I said it's the resolution card, so there is a movement opportunity here for the raiders. As part of this combat, at the end of the combat, while you were fighting, the raiders have a chance to move. In this case, it's a 0. So the Raiders do not move. That's good. Okay, so every time we stop to fight, we slow down a little bit because we're fighting, not driving. I mean, obviously, we're still driving while we're fighting, but it's not like we're racing full out. So the Raiders have a chance to gain on us. In this case, we drew really good. No advance. Okay. To determine your loot, look at the lower right icon of the resolution card. You gain whatever is shown here. Oh. Refer to page 10. If the moon icon on the enemy card matches that moon icon on the resolution card, you also gain the loot shown on the enemy card. So we do not gain the health this round because this is a crescent moon and that is a full moon on the resolution card. Therefore, we only gain what's on the resolution card and not the bonus loot that's on the bad guy. This is okay because we didn't lose any health in this battle, but we did lose ammo. So we gain 1 ammo. So we go back up to 9. We spent an ammo killing the guy, and then we looted his corpse for more ammo, and we moved on. Just like a good little wastelander. Okay. Yeah. Great. Yes, okay. I was right on everything else. Good, great. Okay. Makes sense. Before I move on, does that generally make sense? Probably have to see it a couple more times, but yes, anything I need to cover again, talk about in detail, happy to do it. Let me know. So we'll move on though. Okay, so now I will pull back to the main view just so you can see the whole thing in totality. So you'll see I'm still full up on ammo over here on the car because we just got some ammo that topped us off. Very cool. We're doing all right. Okay, right or left. We'll go right again. Ooh, oh. And what was the loot we gained from the fight? Oh, that was ammo. We got some ammo from the resolution card over here, right there. Okay. And that was ammo that we had spent to kill the guy. So we basically got our ammo back. It's almost like we didn't fight. Oh wait, I did earn 2 victory points for killing that dude. So we go from 6 to 8. Great. Yeah, you just got 1 ammo. 1 ammo. Okay. Yep, great, perfect. Okay, sorry, I want to check on something. Okay, so we moved on. And the first card we flipped is a farm. So now here's the thing. We could choose not to stop at this farm and instead see what's under door number 2 here. Why would we want to not stop at the farm? The farm grants us health, ammo, fuel, but the Raiders advance 1 step. I don't like that. And we are topped off on fuel, health, and ammo. So I'm inclined to skip the farm because I don't want him to move forward. On the other hand, I could flip this and it could be a nasty baddie. And at the end of that combat, they might move anyway. But at the end of that combat, I might be 2 victory points richer. But I don't really need anything right now. What I need is to move. That's tough. And whatever I flip over here is going to be the nastier version of it too. I think I'm just going to let them advance 1 space. I can't believe I'm doing that. I don't know. What do you think? Should I kick open the door early and just see? I feel like we got lucky with this and we're skipping a combat, but I don't really want to let them You're right. We are down 1 fuel. You are right. And I believe at the end of every round, when this deck runs out, we have to spend 1 fuel. So topping off the fuel, I don't think that 1 fuel is worth the stop. Yeah, we're at 3. We can store 4. You are right. This guy could hurt, though. We could end up spending a lot of ammo. Okay, fine, stop. Okay. All right. All right, we're going to stop. I probably shouldn't do it. I could probably get burned by that. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I don't know if I like that. If we catch the thing that we can't avoid, and I don't want to ruin the spoiler for when it shows up, I think the Marauders get to... No, we don't. We never get to see the card we don't take. If the bad stuff happens on this next draw, I believe the bad guys get to move 3, at which point they will catch us and we'll start again. Because, yikes. Okay. Okay, well, it is what it is. We made the call. We got the fuel. He advanced. Here we go. Here we go. That card, there's only one of those. So just hoping we don't hit it. Okay, right or left, right or left, right or left, right or left. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What should we do? What should we do? Right or left? Left. Spybot? No. Okay, here's the problem with Spybot. You notice you might have remembered. I don't want to go digging through it because I don't know. I don't want to know what cards are here to preserve the way the game works. But you might have noticed that the other card, the other raider we had a different symbol next to their dice. This symbol is a blue triangle, and you'll notice that the blue triangle matches that blue triangle. So what does that mean? That means every single time a spy bot attacks you, quote unquote, rather than doing damage, he just relays intelligence back to the mutants and tells them where you are. Those are movement. So he won't deal damage. He'll deal movement to the mutants, to the bad guys. Absolutely not. They're right on our heels. They're about to find us right now. There's no way in hell I'm fighting the spy bot. We're definitely going to resolve that come hell or high water instead of dealing with this guy. Okay, let's find out what it is. Oh, God, it's the bad stuff. And they caught us. Oh, no. Oh, the dreaded dust worm, the thing we were trying to avoid. Lose 3 health and advance the raiders 1 space. Oh, no. Okay, hold on. Let's find out how the game ends, because I'm pretty sure they caught us. Oh, no. Ending around. Okay. Oh no, we might have to go again. That was way too early to get caught by the raiders. No, that sucks. Yeah, okay. All right. Right. Yeah. Yeah, resolution deck. Combat, right. Yeah. Did that. Did that. Yeah. Lots of combat. Yeah. How's about we talk about movement? Gameplay. That's the one thing I haven't seen a demo on is when you get caught. Yeah. And if they ever catch you, you lose the game immediately. Well, there's that. I know, right? Okay. Let's reset because we're not too far off. We started the game with shields and fuel tank and radar. No, we got radar later, I think. No, which one was it? Do we care? Do we just want to start with fuel tank and roll cage and the shields that come with the car? And we'll start with, I like that. I like that. I think that's what we'll do. That is what we will do. So here we are. I'm just resetting. It won't take me but a minute to reshuffle the few things and get the minis restarted because the game was barely going. I got to go again. There's no way I'm going to let that stand. I got to at least make it off the first freaking card, map card. You know what I mean? Come on. I'd like to see a settlement. That's no good. That's no good. All right. Give this a shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I mean, I had everything going for me, man. I had good gear, everything. All right. Let's try this once more. Now, the nice thing is, one of the cool things that I didn't get a chance to show is that this deck of 12 cards that we started playing through, that's because I have the expansion and the other promos, there's actually 2 decks of 12 cards. So this deck, we would go through once, and then we would end the round, basically. And then we would start to, the next round would be the second set of cards. Yeah. I know. And I'm going to start it again, but this time I'm going to stay with the fuel tank and the roll cage. Because essentially, one of the fuel tank was the one we randomized anyway. So the roll cage would be just the one that I chose instead. So my point is, with these 2 stacks of cards, you the second round will be a whole new set of 12 cards. They will not be rehashed, reshuffled up the same 12 cards. So every other round, and then at the end of the second round, you take all 24 cards and you shuffle them like I'm doing, and then you divide that into 2 stacks of 12. So every 2 rounds, you get a new distribution of those 24 cards. And you'll only see 12. Well, you'll only see 6 of the first 12, and then you'll see 6 of the second 12, because you're always up to 6, I should say. Well, not up to 6, at minimum 6. Because you're always drawing 2 cards, and you may flip 2, but most of the time you're just going to flip 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Now, here's why that's cool, though, because in his other games, this is an innovation on his previous systems, I think. By doing it this way, by having 2 different decks, you're getting better randomization. You're not going to see the same 12 cards over and over and over again. And you're getting a fresh distribution of all 24 of those cards every other round. So I personally think that in itself is fantastic. Okay, so a slightly different run. Let me shuffle up the resolution cards. We saw no rads. We saw no settlements. We are back to 6. I mean, at the end of the moment you may spend to redraw a resolution card. Oh, I couldn't have even mulliganed because of the encounter deck, because that's not a reason to use victory points. You can only do that when you don't like the outcome of a resolution. Okay. Resolution deck freshly shuffled. All right. I think we're ready to go again. So let's go again. 2 cards, both alike in dignity. Okay. Here we go. Right side. Mutant. Oh, no. Okay, so here's the problem with mutants. They suck. For one, they draw 2 cards of damage every time that they attack. And that happens even on their weakest form. The good news is this particular mutant doesn't deal rad damage. There are certain mutants that do. So he's strong because he deals a lot of damage, but the weaker form only has a +1. So if we draw well on the resolution deck, we might get this mutant in a fairly weak state. Here's why that's kind of great early on, because his extra loot is wild. And when you get a wild, one of the things you can spend a wild on is a new modification for your car. Normally, you're going to want to get ammo or health or something, or fuel. But early game like this, hey, free mod, man. So do we chance it? Do we take the +1 mutant and hope we get a low deck draw for his extra health in exchange for a chance at getting a wild mod? I think so. It's early, right? What do we think? Do we take him on? See if we can, hopefully he never gets a chance to swing at us. On the other hand, we have shields, and if he manages to draw an attack card with a value of 3, he's going to bust our shields. They'll be gone for the rest of the game. So if he's allowed to go first, and of course I just got rid of the radar, which would have let me change the initiative. Ooh, this could be great, or it could really set us back. How do we feel? Are we feeling gutsy? I'm up for it. I'm up for either one, really. I could let that guy go, flip open this card, and see what we get. What do we think? What do you think? Door number 2, or take our chances with the mutant? What's it going to be? Anybody? 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 Door number 1, door number 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Nah. I think we go for the mutant. So he just starts with a base health of 1, and we're going to draw the resolution deck. And he adds only 2. That's a really good draw for us. Okay, so he's a hit point of 3. So I do a base damage of 2. I only need to get 1 damage. So I'm going to spend 1 ammo. I could swing and a miss. There could be no damage on this shot. I could miss this shot entirely. But we're going to go down 1 ammo. We're going to take 1 shot. Here we go. Oh, there it is. Okay, we got it. So I do +2 damage for the car, and I just got 2 skulls of damage. So this mutant is dead. Now, let's see how it resolves. Oh, we got lucky, y'all. Okay, so the moons match. He's the weaker version, right? He's the weaker version of the card. So the moons matter. The moons have to match, or I wouldn't have gotten the wild. But as it is, I got a fuel can, which I don't need because I haven't spent any fuel yet. But more importantly, I do get this wild. So we top deck the mod deck because I shuffled these. So we got a rad shield. When you are to draw a radiation card, you may draw 2 and pick 1, discarding the other. So we don't get to avoid the rad. We get to avoid the worst of the 2 rads. So for killing him, we go up 2 VP. And we look at the resolution card. And the resolution card says the mutants don't even move. So not only did we kill that mutant, we managed to avoid the mutants, the marauders gaining on us. That's great. Okay, so now we go again. We go left. Crags. You may spend 1 fuel to move 1 space. I will then do that. 1 space. Okay. No problem. I will take the Crags all day. There's a better card than the Crags, but we haven't seen it yet. I'm going to go left again. The Biolab. Spend 1 fuel to move 1 space or remove all radiation. Don't have any radiation, so we're going to spend a fuel to move 1 space. We're down to 2 fuel left. We're going to move the space. Now, let's still take a look at the map here. In fact, I'll push in over there. So here's our chance. I'm the car there on the left. I can go north, I can go south. They are kind of even in this case, aren't they? Because there's nothing different about them. Okay, fine, we'll go north. But you'll notice the next fork in the road, the next junction, if you will, there is a choice. And it looks like it is the longer of the two paths. But if we go up to that star, that will be a settlement that we can visit, and we'll get something good for it. So I think I'm going to take that chance. But for now, I am going to advance on the north road because it doesn't matter. Okay. Now back to here. All right. We have advanced. Biolab is over. What do we have? I'm going to go right this time. It is a mutant. An easy mutant. He starts with a base of 2, though. He's not quite easy. Better than if he was in the hard mode. Hard mode would have been 5, and he would have dealt rad damage to me. But as it is, he's just dealing regular damage. He starts with a base of 2. God, do I take a chance? Do I door number 2? Crush him like a worm. Yeah, okay. Message received. I will crush him like a worm, as the kids say. Okay, base of 2. Here we go. And he adds 3. Not an easy day. Not a hard day. I don't want to stick around here, though. I want to get this done and over with. So I'm going to spend 2 ammo and kill this guy. I don't really like being cavalier with my ammo, but it is what it is. So we're going to go from 8 down to 6. We're going to draw 2 cards, and we're going to see what we get. So 1, I'll draw this a little higher, is a +2. So we're at 4 damage right now. We need 5. And the other is a +1, exactly what we needed. So we have our 3 damage from our 2 shots, plus our base 2 from the car gives us 5 damage. We kill the mutant. This is good. I have, in fact, crushed him like a worm. And now we'll see what happens. We do not get the moon secondary bonus. We don't get this ammo can, but we do get the first one. So we at least only spent 1 shot, not 2, killing the mutant. This is great. But unfortunately, the mutants do move 1 step. So they're not gaining on us per se, but they are keeping pace. Not good. Not good. So you'll notice the car is still 2 spaces away there. But we're about to make it, hopefully, off the first map card. So let's see what happens. Do we want the left or the right? I'm feeling left. It's a gas station. Spend 1 fuel to move 1 space or gain 2 fuel. Oh no, I want to move, but I would like the gas. What happens when you run out of gas? That is a good question. Let's find the game end the round end situation, because that's going to impact what we do here. No. Resolution deck, combat, resolution deck, game sequence. There is an end of round sitch here. Ending a round. The end of the round is triggered once you have resolved the last set of cards in the exploration deck. You must then do this following. You must also fill your vehicle's gas tank by spending 1 fuel. Adjust the fuel tracker on your vehicle accordingly. If you are out of fuel and cannot fill your tank, the Raider Mini advances 2 spaces. I don't die, but they advance on me. And that could mean I die. So in this situation, because they are 3 spaces behind me, they would end up right on my tail. I wouldn't be dead, but we saw how well that worked out the last time. So I feel like as much as I want to move, I'm going to take the gas. I'm taking the gas. We're going to max out our fuel storage capacity here. Taking the gas, moving on. That kills me. I want to move. That would be nice, but it is what it is. I'm going to go right again. It is a side road. You may spend 2 fuel to move 3 spaces, but I gain a rad. I think I should do that, though. Moving 3 spaces is huge. And I just got 2 fuel. So I'd be back to where we started, but I moved 3 spaces. I got to do that. I'm spending 2 fuel. Okay. And now we're going to end up in that settlement, but we'll take a minute to, I'll resolve everything first before we resolve the settlement. So we go 1, 2, we're taking the fork in the road and we're going to go the longer route for the sake of visiting our first settlements. Now, when we get a rad, I believe we just draw off the top. We do. I have a rad shield though. And it says, when you are to draw a radiation card, you may draw 2 and pick 1 and discard the other. So let's decide our fate, shall we? We can either be battling terror, our own internal mental terror, or nausea. Now, when the bad stuff happens on either of these 2 cards, I'll come in nice and tight so you can see those. There we go. When the bad stuff happens on terror, if it happens at all, I would have to discard 1 ammo. If the bad stuff happens on nausea, I'd have to advance the raiders. I feel like I should take terror. I don't like losing ammo, but I sure as hell don't like better put the hammer down, son. That's right, I did. So I think I'm going to go with the 1 ammo because I can always choose to try to avoid a fight. And maybe I get lucky on a card turn. I can't really do much about a raider advancing on me. So we're going to go with terror. And it says, irrational fears creep into your mind. Soon you are seeing things outside the windshield that simply are not there. You fire shots at invisible foes to ease your panic. So here's how these work. I believe it is at the end of every round, we will roll one of our dice. If we roll a 2 or a 5, then we suffer from terror and we must resolve the card. It just sticks around and we deal with it. It's there until we either resolve it or we finish the game. So that's the situation. So we have our rad. Okay. Nausea goes away. Actually, Aegis goes to the bottom of the deck. Okay. So the road's starting to get to us, y'all. But that's all right. That's all right. We'll put the hammer down. That's good. Now, settlement time. I'm going to quickly just double check that I think I just draw when I get there. Because this is a new one. Because Dustrunners came with the settlements. Settlements is 6 settlement cards. Okay. Gameplay. Radiation cards, rad cards. So this is 1, 2. Okay, there we go. Shuffle the settlement cards and try. But whenever you land on or pass a star icon on the road, you must draw and resolve a settlement card. The top portion offers you an option for trade, and you then roll a d6 and refer to the chart at the bottom of the card to see how many victory points you receive. This mechanic replaces the standard variant of gaining 3 victory points. Got it. Okay. Okay, keep me honest. For this run, I'll talk about how do I resolve that in a minute. For this run, have I defeated 2 people? I think I have. There was one bigger baddie at the beginning, and then one mutant I didn't want to mess around with. So I should have gained 2 more victory points for that second victory. So I'm going to go ahead and gain those now. So I go from 8 up to 10. So now I have 10 victory points. That's not bad. Okay. All right. So let's resolve our first settlement. We have arrived at our first settlement. Let's find out what it is. We have arrived at Sanctum. Sanctum says, Whoa, camera, what are you doing? There we go. All right, Sanctum says, the survivors at Sanctum are in need of ammunition and will give you 2 fuel for 1 ammo. That's not a bad trade. You may only take this action once. We're at 7 ammo. We would go down to 6 and we would top off our tank again. I like that. We have a pretty good lead on our pursuers. I kind of want to keep that lead, and I don't want to run out of gas and have them advance twice. I might regret that. Ammo's hard to get too. Okay, we're going to make that trade. We're going to see what happens. Fuel is necessary. So we're at 2 fuel. We'll go back up to 4. Okay. Now let's talk rads. I mentioned a minute ago when I made my rad card decision that at the end of every round, that is when the draw deck runs out of cards, you roll a d6. And if the two, this is what they look like, if the 2 d6 values, if you roll one of those 2, then you resolve this card. If not, nothing happens. But the card doesn't go away. It just stays with you. The only time these ever get resolved is when you actually roll one of those 2 values, and then the bad stuff happens, and then you discard the rad card. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So in Sanctum, they offered us a trade. They needed ammo, and so they gave us 2 fuel in exchange. Now we roll a d6 on this VP chart. And you know what? Well, whoa, what happened there? Okay, I'll just do that. Okay, now we're going to roll d6 on this VP chart to see how many victory points we earned. We rolled a 3, so we earned 1 victory point. I'll take it. That was 10, so we went up to 11. Thank you for the victory point. So that was visiting Sanctum. All righty. Now, these are the last 2 cards in this deck, and then the round ends. So we'll find out if the terror afflicts us. Yes, I am going to spend the ammo eventually, or I might just get lucky in my rolls the entire game, and that terror might just be in the back of my psyche somewhere, raring to get out, but today is not that day. So that's how that's gonna go. I could also accumulate radiation effects and be dodging bullets the entire time. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I think we're going to go left. And it is a mutant, but it is a wild mutant. And it's the first one. Look at this guy. Look at that. If we had drawn him second, he'd be dealing 2 rad cards of damage every single attack. But as it is, he deals 1, but he has a starting health of 3. Yes, unpleasant. He has a starting health of 3. Do we press our luck? Note that if we get lucky and the moons match, we will have a wild. A wild lets us get an ammo, a fuel, a health, or a mod. We have a lot of mods, so maybe we don't care as much for mods, but what do we think? Do we push our luck? Do we see what's under door number 2? Or do we try for the wild? I don't know. I don't know. Try for the wild. I like it. Okay, here we go. We're going to fight the mutant. Oh, no. Oh, no. 8 hit points. That's going to take a lot of ammo to kill. Do we try to make this go away quickly? He's only going to deal 1 card of damage, but, you know, that could be a lot. Or Do we try to conserve ammo? School of thought is I'm going to deal 2 points of damage. And if let's say we draw 2 cards and one of them is a 1 and one of them is a 2, right? I would end up doing 5 points of damage. So I couldn't just ram him with my car the next attack and kill him, because I'd only do 2 points of damage. He'd have 1 left. I would have to, if I took 2 shots, I would have to get 2 or more on both cards. Odds of that aren't very high. Because I could also get 1. I could also get 0. I could also get 3, though. Well, that's true. And then I would have 4 plus 2 would be 6. And then I could ram him with my car at the end, spend no ammo, and kill him in the second round. So the trick part is the odds are low. I'd probably guess they're in the 20%, 20, 30% chance, I'm guessing, that I draw okay. And I'm able to do that. Or I might just end up spending 3 ammo anyway for that last little point of damage, at which point I let him swing at me for no reason. So do I just burn the 3 ammo? I'm at 6 now, I'd be down to 3. If he had fewer hit points, I'd be willing to chance it at 2. But at 8, I feel like I probably should just spend the ammo. But it might be a waste. I might end up getting the damage I need early. I'm open. I'm open to ideas. Anybody? What do we think? What do we think? I'm okay either way. I don't really like the idea of running out of ammo, though. I'll be honest. I think the end of the round is coming up, which means I might end up discarding an ammo from this terror. So I'm going to go ahead and play it safe. I'm going to only spend 2 ammo. I do not think I'm going to get enough to kill all 8. I'm crossing my fingers that I'll get enough to do just a single car damage to him without spending any ammo at all. All right, let's see what we get. Oh, we already just drew a 1, so that's no good. So we've done 3 points of damage so far. Oh, all right. That's good. Okay, so we drew a 1 and a 3, which is 4, plus 2 on the car means he's down to 2 hit points, y'all. So I spent 2 damage, and next round, I will be able to just kill him with my car without having to spend any more ammo. That was a good gamble. Oh, nice. Nah, we need that ammo. That's right. Hey, nice use of the pole. I like it. Okay. Okay, so we are down to 2. Now, he gets to take a swing at me because he's still alive. So we're going to draw 1 card, because that's what he says. Draw 1 card. He does 2 points of damage. I have shields. Shields say subtract 1 damage unless he drew 3, which he did not. So I only go down 1 hit point instead of 2. So all over here on my card, I have the roll cage, so I just drop my health by 1. Okay, now back to me. He's only got 2 hit points left. I deal a base of 2 hit points, so I'm not going to spend any ammo. I'm just going to hit him with my car and end his miserable existence. And with that, we draw to see if our moons match. And they do not, so I don't get the wild, but I do get the fuel. That's okay. That's all right. And I don't need the fuel because I'm already maxed out. And he gets the mutants move 1 step. That's no good, but I do get 2 victory points, so that's all right. So we're at 11. We're now up to 13. Okay. All right. Fuel's not a bad thing, but I'm already maxed because I made that ammo trade earlier. All right. Mutant's dead. That's not where the mutants go. Okay. All right. Now it's the end of the round. I'm just going to find that end of the round card again. I should just keep it out at this point because I am ending around. There it is. Okay. You must also fill your gas tank by spending 1 fuel. So I'll go from 4 to 3. Shuffle the exploration deck face down. Right. So that is true. Radiation cards sit face up and do not take effect until the end of the round. There are some ways to get rid of radiation card before the round ends. When the round ends and right before you start the next round, you must resolve your radiation cards. Simply roll a d6, 1, and compare the result to the dice icons on the active radiation card, 2 or 5. Okay, you must resolve all radiation cards that match your die roll, then discard. All other radiation cards remain. Okay. So we do not suffer our terrors. We fight them back for another day. On the other hand, it's still back there. We don't lose the ammo today. That's good. Now, here we go. New, fresh set of cards. These are different. These are a different 12 from the last deck. I'm going to put the old deck here as a reminder upside down that we need to shuffle them at the end of this next round. All right. Here we go. I'm going to go left. Clear path. This is the best card. You may spend 1 fuel to move 2 spaces, with no exceptions. I'm going to spend 1 fuel to move 2 spaces. Boom, boom. Okay. We have a sizable lead now. That is good. I don't take it for granted, though. I also need the ammo. So, yeah. All right. We're just going to go ahead and discard that, count our blessings that we have a clear road for once. And we're going to go again. I'm going to go right. Spybot. Absolutely not. Well, base of 2 health. Not going to do any damage to me. Possibility that I draw a lower card. Might get more fuel if the symbols match. I just have to make sure the damn thing doesn't live very long. What do we think? Do we fight him? We got a long lead, so on one hand, they are far enough back. That was my thinking, right? The risk is low, and we could get extra fuel. Or whatever else is on the card, which we need ammo, we need fuel, and we could still gain health. So any benefit is not a bad thing. What the hell? Let's go after him. Let's just hope we don't have to. Yeah. On the one hand, though, I'm low on ammo. But we need ammo. And one way to get ammo is to fight. All right, let's go after him. Let's go swinging. All right. Pray for a low number. Oh my God. You've got to be out of your mind. Oh God. Okay. So he's got 8 hit points. And every time I let him swing, the mutants are going to move. Or could move. This card is an example where they don't move. So he can draw cards with 0s on them. You know what? Most of this deck has been face up. I'm going to go look. I'm just going to go look. How many 0s did we see? Roughly half. Okay. So if our odds are 50-50, let's say, I don't know if that's the real number, that the Spybot reports back and they don't move at all forward, maybe we don't care. He's only drawing 1 card. Now, it's possible that the number says 2, but he's only drawing 1 card. Yeah, right? So I guess my point is 2, 4, 6. I could just not spend any ammo and let it and attack him 4 times, but that means we're going to see 4 cards. That's too much movement. Maybe one? Do I spend one ammo? What do we think? Maybe I spend one ammo just to tick him down a little bit. Hopefully we draw well. We land a good shot. Take him down half. I like it. Yeah. Okay. So we're at 8 points. We're going to go down one ammo. We're going to draw. Yeah, that's right. I go first, not him, because my portrait is on the card. So not him. That's good. And we're going to go. And we don't hit him at all. We whiff. Cool. So he goes down 2 hit points. And now he's down to 6. And now we see what he does. Yeah, of course, they move too. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Not cool. These cards need to be shuffled because this deck is empty. Now, I guess we have another choice to make. He's at 6 hit points. Do we take another shot at him, or do we just do 2 points of damage again? I think we have to take another shot at him. I don't think we have much of a choice there. I don't like it. I want the ammo. But the problem with running out of ammo is just that we're going to be relegated to just ramming things with our car. But I don't think we have a choice. Go one more time. Okay. So we're going to take one more shot. We're at 2 now, so we have one more we can use. We went 3 down to 2. Here we go. One shot. We miss again. Down to 4. He draws. And they move 1. Could be worse. I think I'm just gonna, we're already here. We only have like 1 ammo left or 2 ammo left. I think I'm just gonna let it ride. I'm just gonna let him draw 2 more cards. Yeah, screw it. We could end this now with the right thing. I'm gonna go down 1 more ammo. I'm gonna try this a 3rd time. I'm gonna gamble. I hate it, but it is what it is. There it is. 3 plus 2 is 5. He's dead. That sucked. Okay. But on the plus side, our moons match. So I get an ammo and a fuel. So at least I'm back up to 2 ammo and I'm at 3 fuel. That does not suck. So that's a nice silver lining at least. Ooh, that was painful, dude. Okay. Right or left? I don't want to choose this one. Anybody? Right or left? Right or left? Right or left? Right or left? Oh, gonna make it a poll. What's it gonna be? Right or left? Right or left? Ooh, we're going right. Looks like we're going right. Anybody else? Anybody else want to say? The poll's up right now. I got 40 seconds. Vote in the poll. Which way are we going? Right or left? I'd hum some theme music, but then I'd end up getting a copyright strike. So I'm not going to. No? Anybody else have an opinion? Right or left? 20 seconds, so we're going right. 15. 10. That's all good, man. Not too bad, though. All right. I guess we're going right. Right it is. It's an ambulance. Spend a fuel to move 1 space or gain 3 health. I don't need to gain 3 health. I need to gain 1 health. So I'm spending a fuel to go a space. I like it. I need the distance. Okay, down to here, another fork in the road. Given the situation, all right, let's take a look at our decision to make here in terms of our path. So this is the situation we find ourselves in. The path does not fork again until we get home. That's just the way the cards were drawn this time around. We're about to enter a hard mode card. All that means is that one of the paths has a rad location. No, it doesn't. That's not a rad location. That's just a settlement. It's just on a hard card, that's all. So I could go north and have 2 settlements. But if I do that, I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Is that right? 9? Yeah, 9 spaces. If I go south, instead I will move 6, 7, I guess, because of that one on the corner there. 2 settlements and 9 spaces, or no settlements in 7. We are low on ammo. We're getting low on fuel. Doing all right on health. The settlements might help with that, though. But the settlements are mostly trades, though. They're trades. I don't buy things. And I don't have much to trade because I can't trade health. So I'm either going to trade fuel, which I don't have, for ammo, or vice versa. I mean, I suppose it's possible, but that we get something for that. But I'm reasonably certain that we won't be able to trade. I might have to there might be one where I can trade a mod for health or something. That might be something. I think we just make a run for it. I think you're right. I think we make a run for it. Okay, that's for us to figure out for later. But I think we go the bottom route and we avoid the settlements. I like the settlements, but under the circumstances, I think we run. We're gonna go right. A bunker. Okay, what's the bunker say? The bunker says, bunker says, spend 1 fuel to move 1 space, or gain 2 health and an ammo. Ooh. I think we move. I'd like to get more fuel, but I think we move. Problem with that, though, but we do need the ammo. You're right. I don't really like spending 1 fuel to move 1 space. There are other cards that are better, but I don't want to just sit still and let them gain on us either. The fuel is currently at 2 of 4. So if we spent 1 fuel now to move 1 space, we'd be down to 1 remaining fuel. And at the end of the round, which is coming up, we have to spend 1 fuel. So I think we gain the 2 health and 1 ammo, and we hope for better cards. And in the meantime, we might find somebody that gives us some fuel for fighting him. Yeah, okay. So we're going to go up on our health. We only get to go up 1, but that's okay. We gain an ammo, not a bad thing. And we go again. Going to go left. Oh no! Lose 3 health and advance the Raiders 1 space. Must play this card. 1, 2, 3 health. Oh, wait. But we were here. Max 1, 2, 3 health. Advance the Raiders 1 space. Thanks, I hate it. Damn Dustworm. He's the one. He's the one bad guy in the whole damn deck. At least the Raiders only move 1, not 3, like I had thought. All right. I'm going to go left again. A mutant. An easy one, too. There might be ammo on that card. There might be fuel. And if our things match, we'll get a little bit of our health back. I've been terrible on drawing the extra damage, the health, though. Do we roll the dice on door number 2? Or do we take what is hopefully an easy kill? Run him down with the car. I like it. Oh, it's still an easy kill. Good. 3 hit points. I'm gonna conserve the ammo. I'm gonna take him down to 1 hit point, and we're gonna take whatever he does. He does 1 point of damage, which my shields absorb completely, and then I kill him for the other one. The outcome is, what is that symbol? That symbol is interesting. I don't know that I know that symbol. And it matches, so I get some health. That's nice. There we go. Okay. That symbol says a mod. I gain a random mod for my car. Okay, I'll take it. But first, let's take the health. So we'll go from 7 up to 8. And because the symbols match, we get a mod off the top of the deck. And that is, hey, look, radar again. That's fine. That might help me remember to check initiative, which I have been ignoring, not on purpose. So there's a possibility that we have gone first when we should not have. And that's all right. We're still learning the game. I love that journey for us. That's right. Okay. We gain victory points for the kill. So we are at 13 up to 15. And that is the end of the deck. Therefore, we spend 1 fuel. And we roll a d6. What happened to my d6s? There they are. And we rolled a 6. Therefore, the terror does not afflict us. Okay. Now we take those 2 decks of 12, we shuffle them together, and we redivide. So now it will be a fresh mix of those cards. Give these a quick shuffle. Okay. Goody. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. We're down to 1 fuel, as a reminder, which is not good. We have 3 ammo and decent health. Run for it, Marty. Okay, I'm gonna go right. Gas station. Gain 2 fuel. Easy call. That was a much needed reprieve. Now we're up to 3 fuel. Gotta go right. Side road. You may spend 2 fuel to go 3 spaces and gain a rad. I'm totally doing that. 2 fuel from 3 down to 1. 3 spaces. 1, let's see. Let me make sure I'm right. We are at the fork. Am I right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then home. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then home. Yeah, okay. So we're going to go the quick route. We're going to go with 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. That is fantastic. We got some breathing room between us and the baddies. We only have to move 5 more spaces, but we only have 1 fuel left. On the plus side, we just started the round. So, and then we have to gain a rad. So let's go gain a rad. We draw 2 and choose 1. It says, delirium. You are in a state of delirium and panic. And your mind shifts from one fear to the next. Suddenly, you realize you have been off course for some time. Discard 1 fuel. Absolutely not. Nausea. Advance the raiders 1 space. 100% am I taking nausea. Okay. All right. So that goes in the bottom of the deck. And we go again. Going left. Factory. Gain 1 rad. Must play this card. That sucks. Okay. Blinded, discard 1 health, discard, or terror, discard 1 ammo. We're going to discard 1 health. If it ever happens. A mutant. We've got to find some movement cards. I feel like I should push my luck. It could be a really hard fight, though, if I'm wrong. We have to move 5 more spaces and we win. I have 1 fuel. So the best I can do is a one that says spend 1 fuel to move 1 space. Or we fight the easy mutant. Pray for a good draw, and then pray for a resolution card that gives us fuel. Given that this is an easy mutant, we could draw a 5 or a 6 again, of course, but I think we're going to try to fight him. And we draw 4. It could be worse. Could be worse. I go first. I finally remembered to check initiative, but I go first. One ammo. From 3 down to 2. Do 1 point of damage. Wasn't worth it. But that means he's from 5 down to 2. So maybe it was worth it, because now I can hit him with my car and not have to spend any more damage. Or ammo, rather. Yeah, okay. So now he swings for 1 card and does 3 points of damage, destroys my shields, and does all 3 points of damage. One, 2, 3. Down to 5 health. I ram him with my car and kill him, and therefore he is dead, and I draw the card to resolve. The moons match. I have a fuel and an ammo can. A hard-won victory. And also, the mutants don't move. So that hurts, but we got 2 of what we needed. Yeah. Oh, and I go up 2 victory points for the kill. So from 15 to 17. Okay. Right or left? Don't need a poll. Shout it out. Left. An outpost. Spend 1 fuel to move 1 space or gain 2 ammo. That's a tough call right now. We need the movement, but we don't have much fuel. I think we take the ammo. Because with the ammo, we can kill baddies, gain fuel anyway. Yeah. Unless it was one that said, you know, spend 2 fuel to move 3 spaces or something. Then I would do that. So 2 ammo, up to 5. Okay. Here we go. Raiders. Door number 1 or door number 2? Yet again, it's an easy guy, though. Door number 1. Yeah. Okay. Oh, he's dead in 1 shot. But he goes first. Okay, he's going to die the moment I get to swing, but he gets to go first. I don't have shields anymore. He does 1 point of damage. He's now dead. And here's what happens. The moons do not match. That means I get a mod and not the ammo. I don't really care about mod, but the bad guys don't move. Okay, here's what we got. A scanner. You may discard this card to avoid an encounter with the dust worm. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that doesn't suck. Okay. But it is the end of the round. End of the round means we have to burn a fuel. We are down to 1 fuel. And now we have to roll on our terror. And the problem with that is these are all of our rad effects right now. I don't want to roll a 2 or a 5 or a 1. I don't even mind if I roll a 3 because it's just one thing. So I have a 50-50 shot of 2 bad things happening. It's been a hard road. 2, great. Discard an ammo, ouch, and advance the Raiders 1 space. I can sustain that one. So all in all, not bad, and 2 out of the 3 go away in 1 shot. So, okay, all right, we're down to 1 remaining terror. Not great, but I can deal with it. All right. So, let's go. A farm. I'm totally taking that deal. Gain 1 fuel, 1 ammo, and 1 health, and advance the Raiders 1 step. Raiders. Yet again, an easy one. I have 5 ammo right now. Yes. Yeah, that was an easy choice. I think I got to take him. I think. I need to move 5 spaces. The more fighting I do, the less ammo I have. And possibly now, the less health I have. Because I don't have my shield anymore. Now it's getting tough because I'm like, the guys are gaining on me. I'm burning fuel every round I burn through cards. Because at the end of every round, I have to burn a fuel. On the other hand, I could flip that card and get nailed. I haven't pushed my luck at all this whole game, though. Is now the time? I don't think it is, not with a base one guy. At the end of the day, there are worse enemies that I could encounter, and I should be pushing my luck on them, not on something squishy. So I've talked myself into killing him. Base 4. All right, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. Let me shuffle up the resolution deck because we just ran out of cards. Oh, I should say that he gets to go first, though, because that's the initiative. So that sucks. He's only going to draw one card, but still. We only have 5 health left. But I'll say this. I have now gotten far enough on this run that if I get nailed on this, in this section of the game, and I die, I'm not going to feel bad about it. This was a good run. So far, this is a good run. I feel like we've done quite well for ourselves. So, you know, and I think we're making good risk decisions. as silly as that sounds, like we're not pushing our luck in cases where we can hopefully take out squishy enemies and stuff like that. So, okay. All right, here we go. You're right. We do have an initiative mod. You are right. And it doesn't discard. So, yeah, let's try the initiative mod. I go first. I like that. Now, hold on a minute. This is the initiative card, and the initiative card also sets the hit points for the card for the bad guy. So let me find. Yeah, I want to find the initiative card, the instructions, real quick. I just want to make sure that when I no. Just checking something real quick. 8 and 9. 9. Okay. Where's 10? 10 here? No, that's 12. Where's there it is. Good Lord. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what I'm really hearing here is that the initiative card is also the one that sets roll cage is not the issue. Roll cage just adds extra health. I already have that. I think you're talking about radar. You're welcome. Yeah, look it up. But I mean, intuitively to me, when I discard and replace the initiative card, I am also gambling on the extra hit points assigned, because that initiative card is also the card that sets the hit points on the bad guy. So both of those things have to change in one card draw. That's why you kind of have to accept whatever's there. You might draw that card and get a 6 instead of a 2, and you might be kind of screwed. In this case, it worked out better. I ended up going first, and he only adds 1 hit point and not 3 or 4. So to me, he now has a base of 2. That's fine. He's got a base of 2 instead of a base of 4, which means I get to kill him in one shot and I go first. So he's dead immediately without spending ammo. And resolution says the moons do not match, unfortunately, but the bad guys don't move. So that's really good. And I still get health, which I need. So I'll take the health. So not altogether a bad run. And I'd say that was probably pretty good. And thanks for the reminder on the radar. Moving on. Oh, we killed him, so I get to go up 2 points. So I'm at 19 victory points. Oh, see, now this is one we might want to gamble on because his base health is 3. Plus whatever I draw. Do we kick down the door and pray for a movement card? We've seen a lot of combat cards. We haven't seen a lot of non-combat in this round. I don't know. It's about 50-50 now that I'm recalling. What do we think? This is an early round, actually. Now that I think about it, this is a new round. I think so. Need the movement. Yeah, I agree. Okay, we're gonna kick down the door here. Oh no! But we only really went up 1 hit point. But he gets to draw 2 cards. So we're gonna spend some ammo on this one. We're gonna spend some ammo on this one. That's all right. Here we go. I'm definitely redrawing that card. He gets a +6, so that would put him at 10 hit points. I'm redrawing that. Even if he gets to swing first, I think I'm redrawing that. That's a much better one. So now he has 6 hit points total, and I get to go first. I'm going to take 2 shots at him. From 5 down to 3. 3 and 2, he's dead. So 5 plus the 2 my card does is 7. He's dead in 1 shot. The moons match, so I get a fuel and a wild. Ooh. Wilds are interesting. I don't want a mod, that's for sure. I think I want fuel. You may choose from any of the loots listed on page 10, including a mod. Page 10 is here. I can gain 1 health, 1 ammo, 1 fuel, or a mod. I'm at 3 fuel. Here, hold on. That's the current state of play on the car. I feel like part of me is like fuel, right? Because we're dealing 2 damage, we can limp along. I think we go for 1 fuel, max out the fuel. And that hopefully will set us up for if we get that really good card that lets us spend 2 fuel, go 3 spaces, you know? Yeah, okay. Okay, that turned out to be okay for us. We gained 2 fuel out of it. Yeah, I spent 2 ammo, but we still got 3 ammo left. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Okay. stack those so not too terribly confusing. All right. We're about halfway done with this round. We have max fuel. Ambulance. Spend 1 fuel to move 1 space or gain 3 health. We have the room for all 3 health. On the other hand, that's a movement. We don't see very many of those. That's a tough call. At this stage in the game, that's hard to decide. Yeah, I think so too. Okay, we're going from 4 fuel down to 3. And we're going to move 1 space. It seems like a waste of fuel, but hey. We'll take whatever movement we can get at this stage. Dustworm. I'm thinking we might want to burn our scanner to avoid this dustworm. It's a one-shot, but it's late in the game. And we didn't take the health, which means we would be down to 3 health if we didn't burn the scanner. We are about to reshuffle, though. So there is a chance we see that dustworm again before the end of the game. Or we kick down the door. Oh, we can't. We have to either use the scanner or take it. Yeah, agreed. All right. We're going to discard the scanner. Scanner's gone. And avoid the encounter. So that tells me that we just move on. We don't kick down the second door. We just dodge, dodge, dodge all day. Okay. I think that was a smart play. Okay. Right or left? Anybody? Anybody have an opinion? Right. Roadblock, good call. Gain 1 modification, advance the raiders 1 space. Sure, I'll do that. We got an ammo box. Gain 2 ammo when you equip this card and add 2 ammo to your capacity. 2 ammo. That's pretty good. I'll take it. We already advanced the raider, so we move on. Last 2. Left. Raiders. Pushing my luck. Flybot at 5. Thankfully, Flybot only draws 1 card at its strongest state. Okay, I do not like that initiative, so I'm going to draw it again. It's better, but he goes first, so it's at 8. They only move 1, so we kind of dodged a bullet there. Not 9, 8. There we go. I'm going to take... They're getting a little too close for me, for my taste. I don't much care for that. Maybe should just take 2 shots, though, because we're at 5 ammo now. Yeah, I'm with you. 2 shots. Here we go. 2 hits. 2 hits plus my 2 brings him down to 2 points. That was a good call. He goes. Oh no, they're right on our tail. Boop, boop. Not good. We're almost caught. He's dead with my car. And the moons do not match, so I get the health. Unfortunately, would have liked the gas, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and preemptively shuffle, but we did defeat the flybot, so we get the 2 victory points. We are at 19, so that means we're at 21. Okay. Not altogether terrible. I don't really like how much the opponents have caught up to us, though. That's a little distressing. We're about to, and I got to reshuffle both decks, both the resolution deck and the encounter deck. So give me just a moment to get these shuffles done. We'll see about how this one ends. Okay, resolution deck has been shuffled. That remaining card went on top. And now we'll reshuffle these encounter cards. And pray we don't see a dust worm. I would love an open road. I would love a side road. That would be, any of those would be amazing. Because frankly, if we caught the 2 fuel, we're at 3 fuel now. So if we caught one that let us move 1 space and that 1 good card that lets us spend 2 to move 3, we win the game. That's all it's going to take. We're literally looking for those 2 cards. We have a little bit of ammo left, so we might be able to win another combat or 2, maybe. But oh wait, we have to spend a fuel at the end of this round. Never mind, we're only down to 2, so we're going to have to do 1 more combat somewhere to get a fuel. Because we also have a problem of we can't let them advance. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Here we go. Thank you for your patience. Right. Gas station. I think we got to gain 2 fuel, even though I really want to move. Don't often get the opportunity to gain 2 fuel. Then again, we're only down 1 fuel. So if I gain 2 fuel, I'm only gaining 1 fuel. That's a terrible time to reach that card. I'm at 3 right now. I can hold 4. Yeah. But then I'd be down to 2, which would be enough. Oh, wait, I didn't burn my fuel. No, never mind. That at the beginning of the round, at the end of the round, you burn 1 fuel. So I'm actually down to 2. So I'm actually going to gain the fuel here. I'm going to gain 2 fuel. Now I'm maxed out. That's the better move. I'd forgotten about the spending that. Biolab. Spend 1 fuel to move 1 space. Remove all rads. I only have 1 rad left and I don't care. So I'm going to spend 1 fuel to move 1 space. We're down to 3. You have a little bit of breathing room in front of us now. Drop the card. Okay. Spybot. Nope, not doing that. Raiders. That's a good raider. It's the weakest of the raiders. Even at his increased level, he's only swinging for 1 card, and he starts with a base of only 2. So we got lucky there. +4? No. +5. Oh, man. Fine. 7, 1. And he goes first. And he deals 3 hits. Oh my God. And there's jack all I can do about it, I think. Yeah, nothing I can do. 7 down to 4. That hurt. Oh, wait. What am I doing? I only have 3 ammo. He's at 7 hit points. I think 1. Yeah, 1. 3 + 5. That's a great draw for me. 3 + 2 is 5. Down to 7. So from 7 means he's got 2 left, which means I can kill him with my car. Okay. He swings again. Only does 1 blissfully. We're down to 3 though. Not good. I kill him with my car, so no more ammo spend. He's dead, and now once again we go up on health. That's good. I would have liked to get ammo or fuel or anything else. Okay, we get the 2 victory points. 21 to 23. Not doing bad on that regard, but this is not looking too great. Right or left? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, mutants do move. You're right. Correct. Good catch. Right or left? Right or left? Right or left? Oh God, oh God, oh God. Left. Mutate. No. Absolutely not. Ooh, yes. Outstanding. We finally pushed our luck and it paid off. 2 health and an ammo. Or spend a fuel and move 1. We're on 3. We'd go down to 2. So we still technically have 2 fuel if we catch the really good card. I think we move. Put the hammer down, son. That's it. Spend a fuel down to 2. Move 1. Side road. 2 fuel, 3 spaces. 2 down to 0. Gain a rad, don't care. There it is. Hell yes. We pulled it out in the end. Yes. The game ends immediately in 3 different ways. You are defeated if you ever run out of health. You are defeated if your vehicle mini is ever caught by any Raider mini. You win if you are able to reach the space marked F on the last road card with your vehicle. Wow, that was tense, dude. I must say, this is a mint tin game that gave us that experience. That must not be discounted. That was great. Scoring. Let's get into the scoring. See how we did here. Let's push in. Let's go even further. Yeah, okay. Regardless as to if you manage to reach the base or not, you still may score your run. If you did reach the base, you gain 10 points. Hell yeah. From 23 to 33. Add these numbers indicated on the chart below. That means we are radical, dude. We're radical. Isn't that cool? We're radical by 1 point. We match the chart. And now, here's the problem. I love everything about it, right? It's fantastic. Here's the only problem. I don't know how many times I screwed up on the initiative. I'm pretty sure I screwed that up probably 3-4 times. So, do I think it was a flawless game? No, I think I made that mistake. It's a newbie mistake. It's one that I'm sure I probably will not make very many times or fewer times the more I play this game. But I will say, this one is fantastic. I will travel with this game. It's a mint tint game, so like it's meant for that. But this is one I will actually pack away and play. This is a great race. And frankly, if you screw up a run or somebody gets you, like it's literally shuffling up a couple decks of cards and you go again. Like it takes no time at all to reset, which is what you want in these kinds of race games. Jason Glover does it again. Dustrunners is fantastic. The expansion, I think, the rads and the settlement really round this out, because I think if you just played it with base game, it would be fine, but you won't have as many encounter cards. You won't have as many modularity options with your car, because you get other car parts, the covered components, the sections of the car. You won't have as many mod cards to choose from and to burn through. So you just won't have as much meat on the bone as you do with the expansion. So if you're going to pick up Dustrunner, definitely pick up Dustrunners. I think to me it's an essential expansion. So there it is. I mean, what more can I say? I think this game really shines. It's worth it. This is the Game Crafter version. I didn't make this myself. So what you see on the table is what you get when you buy the game from them. I love Game Crafter. Yeah, not everything on there is of the same quality and caliber as what you get from major studios, but don't sleep on some of the games that you'll find there. Jason's not the only one putting out really good games on Game Crafter. And look, I consistently have a blast when I play Jason's games. You might have been around weeks and months ago when I played Iron Helm. That will come back out at some point. We'll try that again. But there it is. I have nothing else to really say about it. I thought it was great. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you had a good time. I hope you consider picking it up, because I certainly endorse it. We squeaked this out, which is just the kind of run you want. That's it. I hope you guys have if you're in the States, have a good long holiday weekend. And yeah, we'll see you again next week with something completely different. All right. Take care, everybody. See you later. Bye.